So a lot of people think that social media is just for big brands who have big budgets. And I totally understand this, right? But this is not true. Social media is your leverage point. Social media is your way to compete against the big competition. Because let's face it, right? Your big competition, your locally owned business, your big competition has hundreds of thousands of dollars to spend every single month to make videos and tell people that they exist. Your business doesn't suck. Most businesses that I talk to, they don't suck. They're actually way better at what they do. Their product, their service is way better than the big competition. Most people just don't know that they exist. And that's because you don't have the means to tell people about your business. Like, even if you're local and 1 million people in your city knew you existed, right? 1 million more people knew you existed, would you be busier? Of course, without changing anything. And so if that's true, then telling more people about your business or getting more people to know about your business is going to grow your business, even if you suck, which we already established you don't suck. Okay, and so a lot of people say, well, social media marketing, like that's for big businesses. And if you think that way, you're going to keep stalling. You're going to keep going exactly where you are, and you're going to end up like everyone else who resisted change. And I don't think that that's really the thing. I don't think most business owners have this belief that social media is only for big businesses and people with a ton of money, because that's not true. But what I do think is they think that it's out of reach, or they think that it's impossible for them. They think, well, I can't make videos that get views, or I can't make content that helps my business, right? And you're so stuck in the day-to-day operations. So what I want to talk about today is essentially breaking down how you can use social media to destroy your big competition. Maybe not destroy it, that's a bold claim. Instead of destroy your competition, how you can use social media to get ahead of where you're at right now and get closer to your competition, okay? So if that sounds good, sounds wonderful, let's get into it. Now, in good old whiteboard fashion, we're gonna draw this out so it makes a lot of sense for you. But here's the thing, okay? I'm just gonna draw a straight line down the middle, and we have you and we have big business. Okay? There's a few differences between you guys, right? And one is budget. You both have drastically different budgets, right? What the big business can do and spend on is very different than you, okay? So if that's true, what can you do to separate yourself from them, right? You can leverage yourself, your brand, your business, and your story, okay? That's really the gist of it. And how do you do that? Here's my hot take opinion. Tell me if I'm wrong. But most of your customers, especially when you're starting out, are people you know personally from networking or family friends or friends of friends. Those are usually your biggest supporters when you first start out, right? Because they want to see you win, and they already know you exist, they already like you, and they already trust you. Where most local businesses have a hard time growing past is outside of that, outside of referrals, outside of networking and one-to-one connections. Because there's a certain strategy that you have to use to get people to like you and get people to trust you, okay? And it's a lot easier in person when you can read their cues, you can tell your story, you can talk to them, and you can give them, reasons to like you. You can build that relationship a lot deeper. On social media, it's a little bit harder, but there's a strategy you can do. We talk about it a lot on this channel, how to do that, become 20-mile famous, all of that good stuff. But you don't have the budget to do it. Like, what I'm getting at is these big businesses, they are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a month to run awareness campaigns, to run conversion campaigns and get leads, and like put up their stuff on billboards, and like everyone in their radius knows they exist. The hardest part is like you can't do that, and so you just give up and you feel like, oh no, this isn't for me, I can't do this. But if you started getting resourceful and you just narrowed it down to one focus, and that focus is to tell people that you exist. Like, bottom line, if you do this, if you tell people, hey, here's who we are, here's what we do, over and over and over again, it becomes pretty hard to forget about you. And when you come up at the right time, people are gonna like you more because your story is more compelling. You're going to tell them how you do what you do, so they're going to trust you more. They're going to trust that you know what you're doing, right? And they're going to actually know you exist because you're putting that content out there, right? You're telling people that you exist. You're breaking it down. So this is the biggest thing. Like, you need to tell people you exist. And how do you do that? You do that on social media, because you can only go to so many networking events. You can only talk to so many people and actually build a relationship. Now, here's the thing. When you're on a one-to-one connection with somebody, right? Like, you're at a networking event telling them about your business, this relationship is like very efficient, I guess. Like, if we give it an efficiency score of a 1 to 10, this would be 10 efficient, because you're directly in front of the one person. You can answer questions, you can give advice, and they actually care. Like, they're here talking to you. Maybe they don't care, but they don't want to seem rude, so they're gonna at least listen. They're here talking to you, so you have a 10 efficiency, okay? But when you think about leverage, right, it's pretty much a 1, because you're only talking to that one person. Now, you do it in a group setting, and let's say you've got 3 people held hostage by your blunder, okay? This leverage goes up. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a 3, but it's a little bit more efficient than this first one. But this goes down, right? Your efficiency is a lot lower because you're talking to 3 people now. And now this guy's on his phone, this guy's looking at chicks. And so, you know, you maybe only have this guy's attention, but your leverage is a little bit more because some of them might hear part of what you say. You've got to get out of this mindset. This mindset sucks. It'll get you to where you're at. It'll get you to like $1 million a year, but getting much past that and really scaling up, you've got to be talking to hundreds of thousands of people all the time. Now, if you're running a campaign and you're on, let's say, just Facebook, you've got this is a megaphone. You've got your megaphone, okay? This is you right now telling people about your business, all right? And you're paying Facebook money to put people in front of this. I'm just gonna draw their faces, okay? These are people. So you're paying money to get this in front of people, and they're watching a bunch of other things. So your leverage is really high. You are reaching a ton of people, but your efficiency is pretty low. So you have to multiply that by your repetition, your frequency. How often are you getting in front of these people? Because no matter what, even if this is 20, now this is 200, you know, like, we've just really scaled this up. So what you want to do here is figure out how you can get your message in front of as many people as possible. Now, there's ways to bring up the efficiency of your message based on, you know, whether you're entertaining or educating. Like, nobody wants to hear, hey, this is our business, this is what we do, this is how much it costs, call us now. Like, nobody wants to hear that. We're not on social media for that. We're on social media to be distracted. Now, you can still say the same message in an entertaining way. Wheel repair comes up, right? So it's like, hey, we fix wheels in Phoenix, give us a call if you want us to fix your wheels. Boring, right? Not good. But if you say something like, oh my gosh, this girl came over here and dropped off a wheel that looked like this, and you show a picture of the wheel and you say she was driving through the Starbucks drive-through, and like, this is the typical stereotype, but look how bad this wheel is. Good thing we're able to fix it. What you've essentially said in that little message is like, 1, women are bad drivers, but 2, we fix wheels, right? And it's a lot more entertaining to hear something like that and watch something like that than it is just to hear what you do. Like, people need to understand how that connects to them. And when you're posting that stuff on social media, you're telling that story, it's gonna be a game changer for you, right? Because now you're telling people what you do and who you are in a sneaky way that gets in front of more people, so you can leverage that. But anyway, bottom line, like, don't wait to start social media. Just because you're not a super big business, you can use it to get in front of way more people and make them like you more, because you can be more personal and personable with your stories, and you can just use it to scale and separate yourself from the competition. Like, this is the biggest thing people overlook. It's a free tool that you have that you can figure out how to use to get in front of a ton of people. And you may not have the same budget as everybody else, but you can beat that by getting in front of more people without the budget. And the only way to do that is through social media. So social media is not for small businesses. It's not for big businesses, it's for everybody. If you need help with social media, that's what we do here in Phoenix. We plan, film, edit, post, do all the content, manage ads and all of that for local businesses here, because the strategy you need to use is very different than some of these giant businesses. And we like to break that down for you. So there's a button below for a discovery call. If you want to work together, click that and see if it's a good fit. We can't help everybody, but based on the info that you put in, like, we can decide if your business is a good fit for us or not. So thank you for watching. There's a lot of videos on here. We will see you in the next one.